Today's episode is presented by our favorite sponsor. You need to be hydrated. You know where to go. That's A Game. Whether you're at home, at work, in the gym, in the classroom, success means giving nothing less than your best. Your peak performance, your A Game. And now there's a beverage designed to help you bring your best when you need it the most. Terrence, you need it the most. You're sweating, you're running, you're jumping, you get dehydrated. You need it. A Game is full of essential vitamins and nutrients to keep your body primed for action. It provides hydration to boost recovery after you've given your all. Bring your A Game, bring your best, tell the world, bring it on. Shout out A Game. Everybody go check them out at drinkingagame.com.
Good morning, good evening, good night. Welcome to the show, what a wonderful delight. Patsy and T.Ross better chop up on the mic. Just sit back, have a laugh, catch a vibe, and enjoy the ride.
Look at that beautiful guitar.
Man, we haven't done a podcast in a minute, bro.
I know. So Happy New Year's, Happy Christmas to everybody out there. We miss you guys.
Christmas, happy everything.
We went through a lot. So COVID, you had a COVID.
I had COVID. I had like a 7-day hiatus, 7-day vacation, really.
Yeah.
I was at the house, chilling.
And you got actually sick.
I know I didn't get yes, I was sick. I had, just basic cold-like symptoms, like everything from a cough to chills to sweats to what else? I like shortness of breath, fatigue, just all that. But it was just kind of a little more exaggerated, I guess. Not exaggerated, but a little more amplified. Let's put it that way. But it wasn't too bad. I mean, I still have a little bit of a cough, and that was maybe a couple weeks ago now. So, I mean, I'm feeling better. I mean,
do you have your booster shot?
No, I didn't get my booster.
Okay. I mean, not saying that you need
but like,
to
what does it
whatever.
matter? Yeah,
but,
what does it matter? Because everybody got their booster and everybody's still getting sick. So,
well, Terrence, people will say you're keeping people out of the hospital. So, but
sure. I mean, all I know is that all of it is super sketch to me, bro. I'm not.
Well, so what do you think about now? So literally, there's this Flurona now.
Yeah,
it's like there's a new variant every.
And they said this one's like it mutates more than the Omicron. Yes, but I mean, so before I could actually go and play, I had to go do EKG, I had to go do an ultrasound, all that.
Yeah.
And so while I'm sitting on the table and they're like, doing a scan of my heart, they're telling me, like, the nurses are like, yeah, like they're afraid that what we're going through now will be the new normal going forward. Like this will be the new normal. So like,
oh yeah.
All the new mutations of COVID, everybody trying to stay on top of it, people getting sick left and right. Like, this is always going to be a thing going forward, at least for the foreseeable future. And so they're saying how, like, a lot of doctors in the last, like, couple of years have just retired early because it's so much work and it's so much stress that they're just like, you know what, I'm done. So, like, they're just they're saying, like, they're shorthanded and how they just kind of need. They don't really need anything, but it's just every day. It's just like more and more like shit you gotta deal with when it comes to this. So,
it's like relearning things. It's like relearning.
Yeah,
going through college and relearning a whole new thing with like the corona. Like, it's something that's new to a lot of people. So it's not necessarily new, but like how big it is getting new to everybody.
I mean, yeah, it's just I can't believe this is real life anymore. Like, this is wild, bro.
Wild.
Nobody thought this was gonna be this. And that means, and if we're thinking like we're this much off the mark with what we thought was gonna, like, so I'm telling you what is gonna actually go down. Like,
that's like the South Park that just came out with like
post-COVID, bro.
Post-COVID and then the return of COVID. Beautiful. And like it's 40 years later. They're like
40 years later and
post-COVID.
It's post-COVID. And honestly,
it's probably
I mean, who knows?
It'll probably never be that. It will be it's gonna be around forever, our whole lives. It's never gonna go away. Like the flu.
I've been watching a lot of South Park lately too, so that's so random.
I love it.
How many seasons is it now?
Oh my gosh, there's so many. You got a lot to catching up.
23. No, I mean, it's not even the type of show you need to watch to catch up. It's just
it's almost like
just kind of
randomly pick one.
Current events. So I watched a documentary on how they create the show,
Oh
You know,
yeah,
they do each individual episode
I've seen
like
this.
a week before it
Yep.
actually airs, or like up until it airs. So like they
Yeah,
were
yeah.
showing one show. They
Oh,
were like filming one like show, not show, but just one
the
week of them
animation.
and what they have to
Yeah.
do to like get ready. They literally start the week off with just Matt Parker, Trey Stone,
Like a
Bill
tabletop.
Hader.
A
Bill Hader. I
tabletop.
didn't even know that he was a writer on that show.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're all just in that room, just kicking it, just blank board, and they have to come up with the entire episode from scratch and just seeing them in their process. But they said it's crazy. They said they kind of prefer that now because that kind of keeps them like pushing shit out rather than he's like, yeah, if I had 3 months to make one, he said if I had a summer to make a season, like it would take 3 months to make one episode. So like this kind of helps them push the ball a little bit more. But it's crazy that they've been doing it like that for this long.
At the start they were doing it. They were doing it. It was taking a while to
get
each episode.
Because the animation was different. Like they used to like. I mean, it makes sense
crank
now.
it out
like,
in a day.
Yeah, so they said the first pilot episode that they literally just created all the characters from like cutouts and like just animation and drawings, hard hand, and then they would just take that, put them in each scene. They'll draw the scene out, decorate it, whatever, and then you would take a camera and you would just kind of zoom in piece by piece of that actual like cutout cardboard, whatever, and that was the scene. Then they would just like change the mouth every other like word or whatever, and then that's how they did it. And they say it took them like 2-3 weeks just to finish one scene. So it took them a while, but now they have their own headquarters, so like they can just literally just do whatever they want.
Well, yeah. Speaking of them, so it's crazy because the post COVID and the return of COVID, they signed that huge deal with Paramount. So it's like, right now, like they have. Their main show is on HBO Max. They signed a deal with them, and then now they signed this massive deal to do this series with Paramount. It's like, dude, their money is racking up.
And you got to think about the Book of Mormon, which has won so many Tony Awards and so many different. I've never seen it, and I don't know why. I go to New York all the time, so like I need. It's probably not even on Broadway anymore. So I doubt it. But if it's not, but if it is, then I definitely check it out because those guys are geniuses. And they're just like what they're like. They have to be almost worth $1 billion.
Oh yeah, no. They're each worth like almost $1 billion each.
Bro, Matt Trey. Yeah, bro. Those guys are amazing.
So speaking of Christmas, so you got some guitars. So you're starting a collection, I see.
Not even a collection. If you can see back here, so this black one is mine. The one that I'm gonna learn. Like I'm about to get me and my son lessons. I just have to figure out like
from who, Tom Morello himself.
That would be a blessing. But no, I just looked up some random guitar, lesson, whatever, classes, online, and then they come to you.
Yeah.
And the only thing is, I called them. They're just like, oh, yeah, we only, if you pick a time, then we can go, a month at a time, but it has to be the same day, same time. Oh, and I'm just like, well, I was like, I play for the Magic. Like, I can't do that. They're like, when you figure it out, let us know. I was just all right, so.
That's pretty.
That's stupid, right? So I'm gonna look for more.
Make it accommodations.
Yeah,
like what?
It's like, come on, bro. It's like I'll even pay $50 extra dollars.
Yeah. If you could change your schedule a little bit there.
Easy, but yeah. So I end up getting a guitar for me, and that little red one back there is a left-handed, smaller guitar for Tristan.
Is he straight left-handed, or he's
straight left-handed, bro? Like he
shoots a basketball left-handed.
Yeah, he does everything left-handed. He's left-handed,
wow.
But he I gave him my guitar and he keeps holding it like backwards. So I'm just like, okay, let me get him a smaller one. So I have that up here, but I also but these are just kind of like what I bought myself, but I got this for Christmas. This is Prophets of Rage. It's pretty much Rage Against the Machine, but the lead singer, Zach De La Rocha, he's not part of this band. It was like DJ something, whatever. Nonetheless, it's signed by pretty much the entire band.
That's awesome.
And guess who gave me this out of all people? Guess who gifted it to me?
Johnny Damon.
I wish. No. Fields Auto, the people who got my Lamborghini stolen. They somehow figured out that I was a Rage fan.
Wait. How did that even come across?
I don't know. I think I might, because I think I tweeted it. I tweeted it, and I was like, yo.
Oh, so they're like,
anybody give me a Tom Morello? They're like, oh, this is our chance to make it up. And fuck you, it's not.
It's not.
But no, thank you for the guitar, but like, I want my car back. But I got this, and then it's so funny. So you remember when I was in Sacramento, I was like, oh, the Foo Fighters are right next door performing. So that night, I'm just like, you know what? Let me look up some like concerts that I particularly want to go to. So I started with Rage. No, I started with Metallica, but they're pretty much like just kind of booked up, and they're a lot overseas. So I was like, it's whatever. I'm gonna miss that one. Then the next one I looked up was Rage, and then I tried to find some times, but there were no times that kind of worked like in the near future. And then the only time I found was in, I think, like maybe August of this upcoming summer in New York at Madison Square Garden. And
sick.
Yeah, so I just happened to tell, I had my wife, I was like, yo, would you ever want to like come to New York and do this with me or whatever? And she kind of was acting weird, bro. She was like, huh? Like, what are you talking about? Like, what are you talking about? Like, da, da, da. And then she hung up. And I was like, okay, that's weird. And so I didn't even think nothing of it. She calls me back. She's like, fine, I'm just gonna tell you. I was like, I don't know how you figured this out, but I ended up giving you for Christmas Rage tickets for that actual date that you just sent me in New York at Madison Square Garden. And she was just like, did you like see this in my phone? I was like, no, I'm just bored looking stuff up, and I can't believe I actually willed that into my actual future. And then she got me this, or not, she didn't give me this, but she got me another guitar signed by just Tom Morello, which is also super dope. So I have 2 signed Tom Morello guitars.
You're gonna get more. I already know it. I already know.
I mean, maybe not Tom Morello, but I definitely want Metallica. Like,
yeah.
Maybe Metallica, Limp Bizkit. I don't know, just random bands that I like.
Well, also, I see that Mr. 7000 back there. That's pretty sweet.
Where? Oh, yeah, I did. Yeah. It's not 10,000, so it doesn't matter. But
Mr. 3000, like Bernie Mac.
Rest in peace, rest his soul.
I used to watch that movie.
But no, yeah, I've been here. You know what I actually did during
quarantine? I want to talk to you about Harry Potter.
Yeah, I was just about to get into that.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so during my time at home as a grown man in my 30s,
I heard. Oh man,
early 30s.
Early.
I never watched Harry Potter, and I've never watched one scene, read a book, page, like even.
Are you reading the book now?
No.
Okay.
No, but okay. So, and it's weird because like just last week at the end of my quarantine, we took the kids to Universal, and one of the things that they wanted to do is walk through like Diagon Alley.
Yeah.
So, which was like we have wands in the house, but this is before I started to watch the actual movie. So I'm just like, all right. So I started with the first ones, and I made my way up to 7, 8, whatever, Deathly Hallows. I can definitely see why people are fucking Potterheads, because
Potterheads, is that what they call them?
That's what they call them.
That's awesome. I didn't know that.
It's just like you follow these little kids to the time that they are all grown up, and I'm not gonna lie, it was a cool story. It kept me, entertained, and it kept me like, okay, what's gonna happen next? Like, oh, how's he gonna get out of this? But a lot of it, bro, there's a lot of similarities between Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, and Star Wars, bro.
Oh,
and I feel like it's one big recycled kind of. I mean, yes, there's different like aspects to each one, but I felt like they're all pretty much. It just felt super fucking familiar. Like there's the one chosen one. There's a dark side, light side,
and there's like different kind of ages to it too, where it's like. Mm-hmm. Harry Potter can go from ranging from young to old, but like Lord of the Rings is a little bit older, and then like Star Wars, like you have to be a little more in depth.
And it's like the same thing that it's like the same formula. Like, you know how it's like with Star Wars, it all started with the older movies, and then those older movies literally created a whole universe and that spans over like 40 something years, like 50, whatever, however long they've been around. But that's kind of like the same with like, Marvel, the same with like Lord of the Rings. And same with Harry Potter, like I think it's just a coming of age story, and there's so many people read the books and so many people got into it that it's just I didn't realize how much of a phenomenon this show was. I mean, don't get me wrong, it was cool, but I didn't think it was that great. Like it was. I
watched them as a young kid.
But you haven't watched them since, like
no.
Have you seen all the movies?
I don't think so. No, I don't think I've seen the last like 2.
Yeah, watch. Actually, okay, bro.
The early ones are good.
Harry's a little bitch to me. I don't think so. It's like he just like he doesn't learn a spell that he can use until like the end of the second, almost third movie. So I'm just like,
you know, it's funny though. So it's funny that you said this because we were talking on the phone the other day. This is super random, but I started watching Pawn Stars
Oh,
the
jeez.
show, and it started because I got on Facebook and there was a clip. It was like Pawn Stars, and it was like it showed some cool thing, and then they talk about it. You know, it's just typical. It's literally that's all the show is. It's all set up, and it's all just these items come in and they talk about them, and like it just. I just got fascinated with this, and there's just endless crazy shit that gets brought in, and these guys buy it and resell
some
it.
of it's quite actual valuable. Like,
oh no, like stupid valuable. Like, and one of the main things that come in that they always have on the show are like exclusive comic books that are like in pristine that are like people are asking like $100K for.
Really?
Yes, like there's all the Marvel ones are massive. Like if people because you can get yours graded. You know how you can get them graded.
Just like a Panini card.
Yeah. So what's the Moonlight? Is that a character? Yeah. So they just had one in. There was like it scored like a 9.8, and it's like from the 1970s, and like the lady wanted.
So it's like with the original. Like
first edition. Like, but like so that's what like they had some. They get a lot of Harry Potter stuff in, and it was funny because I seen that. And like a first edition, like J.K. Rowling's book, and like they talked about it. It's like crazy because she started just writing it in a coffee shop, and then obviously now she's like billionaire over. And like, bro, but that show I've been like obsessed with it, even though it's kind of repetitive. But like, dude, there's crazy stuff.
Bro? Have you like? Give me some shows to watch. I need something to watch. I haven't watched anything. Like not.
I've been watching movies.
Yeah, and that's what I've been on too, bro. I think for the last couple of months, I've been watching like movie franchises. So I think it all started with like me starting with like Batman Begins, watching The Dark Knight, and then Dark Knight Rises, whatever. And then I was like, that was fun because it takes you through like a journey of each movie. So like I'm kind of in that mode right now, and I think that's probably why I picked Harry Potter. But
I'm having trouble with like shows. I feel like
shows are losing it, right?
I'm like you. Like I got back into like that. Like when you told me like you can go through the whole timeline of Marvel on Disney, I started doing that. And now I'm like halfway through that whole timeline, and like, but like TV. Then I'll try to like watch a TV show, and I'm just like,
because it's a lot, bro. Because you have to sit and really pay attention for at least the first or two episodes until you start to be like, okay, now I'm watching what happens next. Because it's a lot to learn. You know, the background, the plot, the characters, and see what the director shoot. Like, it's just so much, bro. And I think that's just the downfall of having so much at your fingertips.
And also, we're always doing stuff on our phones while we're watching movies, like or watching TV shows, like. And if you miss like a key part of a TV show, I feel like in a movie, like I can still generally see what's going on. Like
no, bro. With Harry Potter, I think it took me maybe 3 days to finish the first Harry Potter, maybe 2 days to finish the second, and then once the third came around, I could sit and watch and actually understand. But like, bro, I was literally rewinding like every other fucking scene just so I don't miss anything. Because this Harry Potter was like a detective, but it was like a Hardy Boy detective series where you kind of figure out, like, oh, what's the twist, or who's this guy, or what's this? And it's just, I was always wrong. The storytelling was good, but I mean, it was just, not a Potterhead.
It's insane. All right, I got some other things that because we haven't talked for a while. So I've been just saving stories on my Instagram, just things that I see.
That's literally what I do.
And one things that you said we kind of went back and forth was the rampaging monkeys that killed 250 dogs in India in a revenge massacre. Massacre. I can't even imagine living in a city where, because didn't they kill one of the monkeys? Right, the dogs got a monkey.
So they apparently one of the dogs had mauled or killed one of the babies,
like a baby monkey.
Yeah, a baby monkey, and apparently the head of the monkeys, whoever was running them, was like full-fledged attack. We go at dawn, and they rounded up all the dogs in the area, bro. Crazy.
And they were dropping them off buildings.
Yeah, it was a grudge. Bro.
Dude, I can't even picture that.
Animals have to communicate.
Well, especially monkeys. Especially monkeys. They're way more communicative.
Wide strike like that, like,
bro, this thing. So they were taking them to tops of buildings and dropping dogs off the buildings. And it says that it's so funny because the comment says, or the caption says, a crew of raging primates are apparently furious with the local pups, and not a single dog has survived the purge.
God,
250
That's a lot of
Dogs.
dogs. That's a lot of dogs.
Well, you come outside, you just see dead dogs everywhere. There's monkeys running around crazy.
It's like Final Destination with these freaking dogs. I mean, I didn't
it's a
think
whole
that.
different world out there, man.
Okay, do you know what kind of monkeys they were? Because like all monkeys are probably freakishly strong, especially for their
Oh
size.
yeah, and if they're all, if they're all together too, like
yeah, and they have thumbs. So like a dog, he's just like
They have
he's only
thumbs.
limited to so much. Like they're grabbing these dogs probably by their neck like this, and then dragging these poor things. Like, and you know what? The dogs probably have no idea why it's happening.
wait, this is saying 2 monkeys.
Two
It says
monkeys?
2 monkeys that allegedly killed hundreds of pups in Indian state have been
Oh,
captured.
bears. Have
The
been captured.
Langer monkeys. I don't know. After they witnessed engaging in what seemed to be targeted killings of neighborhood puppies, targeted by
that's
snatching them up
brutal.
and taking them to deadly heights. Oh, the villagers
That's-
claimed the monkeys were carrying out a revenge killings after the dogs killed an infant monkey. In the last 2 to 3 months, there have been incidents where the langers roaming in the area. Dude, that's
And where is this taking place?
This is in India. They don't give a
jeez,
shit.
Bro.
Bro.
Just imagine if like your kid accidentally ran one over and these monkeys saw it. What would you do? You'd have to keep your kid in the house for months.
Even if my kid witnessed a puppy being dropped by a monkey off the top of our roof and it fell,
Yeah,
that'd be traumatizing.
You know, it's so funny. I just saw actually, I don't know why this makes me laugh every time I talk about it. I think I might have sent it to you, but that dude that said he thought he was going to die after he was attacked by like 20 otters. And they were all biting him.
That.
They were biting him all over his body, bro. And he said at one point he thought he was going to die. To me, that is funny, bro. Like, Like, imagine how scared you would be if you really thought you were gonna die, one, and you were getting bit by otters. Nothing would make sense to me. I would be like, no. I don't let me die like this. Please don't let me die like this. But that must be terrifying, bro.
I mean,
they're probably not like, even though
was he in the water?
Small,
he was in the water.
I don't know, bro. They showed like a group. They said a group of otters literally just rolled up on this dude. I need to figure out what happened, but like,
if a group of otters,
bro.
Well, that's the thing. So when you're in a situation with an animal that you don't deal with, you can get into that panic mindset. Like I've been there. I've gotten and obviously I've been in between 2 horses that
What?
I've been around. I've just been around horses. So I had friends that had horses, and I didn't have a problem with them. I wasn't really like scared of horses at all. But then like
you're also not familiar with.
Yeah. And they're obviously a horse is big. It could like mess you up kind of.
Oh, it could kill you.
But like I just kind of got pinched in between, and I like for a half a second kind of like feared for my life that I could just
pinch between where? Like, what are you talking about?
No, like I'm saying like the 2 horses just came like in, like had me in between them, and I just could like feel how big their like heart was beating, and I'm just like,
oh jeez.
I just kind of had like for a half. I knew I was okay. I just for half a second I almost panicked and was like, I'm not safe.
Because you also do know that like these things are.
Yeah, like, I mean you don't want to get kicked by one, or I mean they could trample you if you're not.
I'm really trying to find this otter story, and I can't.
Let's
in my head. Oh man.
What about the Ghislaine Maxwell too?
I knew it. All this was for nothing, bro. Like she might do some time for sure.
Oh no, she's gonna do time for the rest of her life.
She's gonna do time, but like, bro, she's not snitching on anybody. So it's real. Like this didn't do anything. It didn't really even hold anybody up. Like.
Well, that's the other thing. They like
Prince Andrews.
He's panicking. He's panicking.
Yeah. I mean, but bro, they already tried to get him to come back to the States to even talk about what he knew, and he was just like, "Nope, not doing that." So it's kind of like, what do you like? You just all this was for nothing, bro. Like, why would somebody make this documentary just so that like?
Yeah,
it's I don't know, bro.
Well,
there's shed light to it, but there's nothing you can do.
There's something bigger obviously going on. Like
and
nothing's getting released. Nothing's getting released on who, what, when. Mm-hmm. She's gonna face she's gonna get 70 years. She got charged on everything. I mean, the fact is that they're trying to cover up everything. I thought I saw something that said that she could have disclosed more information, and she didn't. So she's gonna get maximum punishment. Basically,
bro.
there's too much. We'll see what happens with her. Like if things actually,
Yeah,
you
I
know,
mean,
if she like, what is she gonna end up like
I
Epstein?
just okay. Look, if you're not gonna, if okay, I understand that there's probably like forces that be that are probably persuading her decision to be like, hey, I'm not gonna rat on some of these important people, but tell us about the celebrities. Tell us what the celebrities had to do with all of this. Like, why y'all just throw random names in there?
Chris Tucker.
Everybody from Chris Tucker to Bill Clinton to Beyonce and Jay Z. It was just like, what? Like,
Well, it's
what?
it's it sucks because like
what could you guys possibly be associating
well
with this type of caliber person when you're already?
well listen, the problem is that not everyone that went to the island was there for sexual things.
I don't. Okay, I
But
understand that.
now that you're associated with it, there's some like, why are you even associated with this?
Give us a reasoning. Like, what? What the hell? Why are you guys hanging out with this dude?
You
Like,
think Chris
I'm
Tucker's up in
sure-
there doing?
I don't know what he's doing.
He's
All I wanna
rehearsing
know
Rush
is
Hour 2 on the
why?
island.
Why? Why? Who told? Like, who said? Like, who was like, yeah, we'll go on this plane to go with this dude. He's not sketchy at all. Like, I'm sure they didn't know that.
But
like,
he's a billionaire, the businessman. So I'm guarantee he's doing business deals with people too. I don't think there's just 10-year-old, 15-year-old girls walking around all the time.
I don't think that too, but you know, people talk, bro. Like, you have.
Oh
to
yeah.
have
Like
some type of
once they know, like,
inclination that,
hey, he's doing sketchy stuff. Like, leave it alone.
I mean, that's. And it sucks, bro. Now everything is just back to how it was. Like, they're gonna find a new Jeffrey Epstein. They're gonna find a new Ghislaine
And then
Maxwell.
our minds are gonna be off of it. We'll be.
And then we're not gonna care in fucking 2 months. And then it's gonna
There'll be another documentary about some billionaire that whatever did something. And
I mean, it's just.
well, speaking of that, actually, it's funny. I was reading this a couple weeks ago. There's a billionaire actually, and it's called Whitefish, Montana. It's like a ritzy kind of like snow. It's by a national or Glacier National Park. It's in North Montana, but it's like really ritzy, like celebrities buy house out there to go skiing type thing. Like Johnny Depp has a house, and I've been out there. That's why I know of this. But there was like an article that came out about a billionaire out there that basically invested, like was just an investor in Google, Apple, all these companies, and made a shit ton of money. But he was basically like controlling everything out there, like the cops. He had like all these different restaurants with like underground things where like he'd take women strippers, like it was like a strip poles and stuff like that. And then he had like this guy that was basically doing all his dirty work, paying like this lady, and then this lady was like basically breaking down the whole story on how he was like just literally like she'd gone to the cops a ton, but he was controlling the cops, paying them off because it's like a small town.
Yeah.
And he's just stupid rich. So it's like it was it was so elaborate though, like the things because and
but
then
he wasn't like okay. Does it get darker?
Well, I mean, it was just more of just like it was adult women, but like he was like having sex with women that had husbands and wives, and he had a wife and was just doing all this crazy stuff to this
fucking typical rich sleazebag. Okay, so but bro, okay,
but he's like controlling cops and stuff though. Like he's like people have gone to the cops like and police, and they're like they just shut it down instantly. And then he had like these weird like rooms in like the downtown. I've been to a couple of those like bars. I'm like, damn, there's some underground shit here. Like you'd never know. You never know.
That was all that dude's doing.
Yeah, and he's chilling out there with billions of dollars. Like he's not doing nothing.
Well, it makes you think. There's so much shit in this world that we just don't have.
Access
any
to.
idea that's going.
Yeah,
not even access. Like it's just
you don't know.
3 years ago, like who would ever thought about like this Jeffrey Epstein shit? Like
no,
it's just so much shit over our head.
It'd be the same thing if like something happens with Jeff Bezos or Elon Musk in 15 years. You'd never think it. Bezos is getting real.
On the HGH, on that adrenochrome, baby.
Look at like Pitbull. Someone said it was the final phase before he turns into Pitbull. It was him.
No, somebody said somebody was like they was looking at that like that Versace like t-shirt he had. They was like, wait, who said that celebrities don't fucking buy designer? They was like, who said that? But I was like, yeah, now Bezos is trying to spend that bread now.
And he's got a hot little girl on his side that he's flaunting.
How old is Bezos? He has to be pretty old.
Yeah, he's like 50 somethings.
He's like
55, 55, 56.
Man, he's everybody thinks he's trying to turn into Pitbull. I think he's turning into fucking Dana White. That dude is dieseled, bro. He's getting dieseled. I'm just like, bro, what are you for what? Like,
Speaking of that, I'm glad you brought that up. Did you? So obviously you saw the Tyrone Woodley, Jake Paul.
oh my fuck.
People think that's all rigged, but
bro,
he dropped him though. I don't know. He looked. You don't just put someone to sleep and you allow that.
You ever seen a little?
Oh, I saw that. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I don't believe.
I don't know, bro. I think it's all rigged just because like Tyrone Woodley's never made that much money when it comes to like the UFC. So like whatever
to make a couple million.
Like, come on, bro. Like it just doesn't. It all seems staged. It all seems fake.
He's never gonna fight again.
Nah, Woodley?
Yeah,
no, he's done, bro. He doesn't need to fight. So
he made more money in the last 2 fights than he's made his whole career.
His whole MMA career. So it's just like it just doesn't seem genuine. It doesn't seem genuine. And I'm tired of Jake Paul, bro. Like,
did you see the Dana White stuff? Did you see that?
Yeah, I mean,
where he called him out saying that Dana White's just a cokehead, and then Dana came back and said you're on steroids and your fights are rigged.
That's what it feels like. I don't know about the Dana White part, but everything feels rigged. And then it's just like
Dana said drug test him.
And then it's like with all that, how are you gonna try to fight somebody who's an actual boxer? Like, why Canelo? Like that wouldn't even be, and it's almost 2 different sports, bro. It's like everybody you fight they're not fighters. Like they're just fucking random athletes. Yeah. Like I don't really want to get into it, but it's so annoying seeing like all these fighting pages and Twitter, Instagram accounts like posting on the fake Paul shit. I'm just like, bro, like are y'all really like entertained with this shit? Like I don't know.
I think it's dying. I think it's dying off though.
It has to, bro. It has to. Like it's not.
But the thing that he's doing is they're being smart about like they signed that one girl who's like a world champion. So there's some actual boxing matches in the events that are like meaningful.
No, but those are older boxers that are usually like not the tell.
She's a beast. She's unreal. But
there has been some real fights. Don't get me wrong. Like I've seen.
Well, he's smart.
On those cards I've watched,
which is smart. Which is smart for them business wise. But yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how long he goes. But like, if he's able to snag someone like Connor or Jorge Masvidal or something, it's going to be massive.
I don't even want to see that.
It's going to be massive. It's going to be a massive pay-per-view. But it could be the end of it, and I think he knows that. That's why he's trying to shoot for the highest. Because if someone comes out there and absolutely destroys him, it's over. The reign's over. No one was gonna watch him again.
Stop saying the reign is over. There was no reign, bro.
He's 4-0, baby.
Like an asshole, and then he fucking fights.
Fucking Askren.
Yeah, come on, bro. I don't want to hear this shit. I will talk about UFC though because there have been some good fights before the year ended. Shout out to Charles Dubronx. That dude is a animal. I thought he was gonna win the fight exactly how it went. And then he fought Michael Chandler the first time for the belt, and now he has a title defense. So now, who do you think he should fight next? Because that's lightweight. So who do you think he should fight next? Like everybody, there are a lot of people saying Conor McGregor. A lot of people are saying Conor McGregor.
You're saying Charles Oliveira?
Yes. A lot of people.
He just whooped up Dustin.
Yeah, he did. Did you see the fight?
Yeah, I watched it. It was a back and forth, but he got he got on his back.
Bro, it was. Dustin put it. He was putting hands on the first round, and then like, bro, he's just like Charles Oliveira he's well rounded. Like he was throwing knees, he was throwing kicks. It looked like a video game. Like he was doing everything, throwing punches, throwing elbows. He hit Dustin with a knee to the ribs, and the first one he threw, I was like that had to hurt. Like that had to make a difference on like how he approached it. And he kept throwing knees, he kept throwing legs. And then the whole second round was like just ground and pound from fucking Oliveira, which was bad. And then the third round was just fucking he was gassed. And then
he got on his back.
Yeah, and so he got on his back and it was over. So I don't know. I don't think
Conor McGregor talks. I
Yes,
don't know about
I
that.
don't think he's lost his last three. It's just like you think of him as more of just like a businessman, boxer slash MMA
It says
expert.
it'd
But
be
it's just
problematic though. It'd be problem.
it
He said
would. I would hate that. But
it says no. He
I
says
think
Connor. He says
Gaethje.
Connor would be problematic for Oliveira. This is what this article I'm reading.
Fuck no, it won't be. I think it will be. I think the only logical answer for the next title fight is Oliveira Gaethje.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, and it has to go that round. Let's
I
move it
wanted
to
Dustin.
heavyweights.
I wanted Dustin
You
to do
want Dustin to
better.
win?
I want to do better.
I
He didn't look
don't
good.
know.
He didn't look good.
He looked good. He looked good. He looked good. He looked like Dustin Poirier, Dustin Dynamite Poirier. But moving to the heavyweights, what do you think about this Francis Ngannou versus Cyril Gane fight?
What day is that?
22nd of January. I have an off day. I'm throwing a whole fight party.
Hey, it's the 22nd. Actually, I might be out there.
January.
Yeah,
Okay,
because our event's at the 29th. I might come out a week early.
Oh, perfect. Because I'm gonna have everybody over here. We're gonna watch this fight.
Bro, they are two monsters, and they're saying that this is Ngannou's last fight in UFC. That's what I was hearing, but they're two beasts, and they're both skilled.
No, I have a very different outlook on this.
You think Cyril? You don't think he's skilled?
No, I think Cyril Gane is tremendously skilled, and
that's what I'm saying.
Ngannou is just a freak of nature, and he's not as nearly as skilled as Cyril Gane, bro. You know me. We both play. I don't know if you play UFC
anymore.
So I play that.
But I played a lot. I used to play it a lot.
I still play it to this day, bro. I'm like level 139 right now, maybe almost 200, right? So I play all the time, so I know like everybody's moves. I know the stats. I know how and I know there's like a gap
difference
between like the actual fighters and then what the radar adjusters put.
It's closing gap though. That gap is closing with reality and actual video games.
Exactly. So that's to take into account because I used Francis Ngannou in a fight one time.
Yeah,
he was the most handicap fighter I've ever used. Like the only thing he really has is that his strength is the only person in the game with 100 flat, 100 power, easy. But he gets gassed. He really can't. He throws leg kicks, maybe body kicks. He's not like a kickboxer. He's just like a stand-up boxer with hands of fucking stone. But when I pick Cyril Gane, bro, he does crane kicks. He does. They added so much to his package that it's I know that the way he fought Derek Coleman.
He's variety.
It's not Derek Coleman.
No, Derek Coleman. You're talking about
Derek Coleman, the boxer. No, Derek.
No, wait. Derek Coleman is the basketball player.
Derek Coleman, yes.
They played for the Sixers,
and he kind of looks like George Foreman. I don't know. Anyway,
he does look like George Foreman.
I know. That's why I don't know.
Have you ever seen him in person? Actually, sorry, I don't mean to sidetrack you. Derek Coleman.
Is he alive?
Yes. What?
No,
we watched him play the Lakers with AI. He was on that team.
Okay, 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And have you seen him since?
Okay, we'll do math. 35. He's probably 55, and he's chilling. I haven't seen him since. No, I don't know.
That's what I'm saying.
What's Derek Coleman up to? What up, Derek Coleman?
I hope he's all well. I hope all is well. But
okay, back to what you're saying. Derek Lewis.
Yeah, but I mean, he is just too versatile for Lewis, and I think that's
what's gonna happen.
If Francis can land a big shot,
it's bad.
On Cyril Gane in that first round or two, it will be bad. But if Cyril keeps him at bay and is wearing him the fuck out with that stamina, it's gonna be over before third.
Yeah,
that's just my look at it.
It's I'm excited. I was I watch almost every fight but I took probably the last. I watched the Poirier one, but I haven't.
I watched every fight.
I used to watch every one. I don't know, the last month or so. I just kind of only watched the bigger ones. But this one coming up for sure is going to be exciting.
For sure, there's a couple of them.
Last thing I had.
Speaking of that, I did see Jose Aldo at the game last night too.
Yeah, shout out Jose Aldo. That's pretty sick. He's tiny, but he'd give you a kick to your face.
Nicest little Brazil man I've ever seen. He's super nice. But
he would drop you in 1 second.
No, he probably just put me in a leg lock and I'm done. Anyway, what were you saying?
He hit you with a spinning back, a back heel. Last thing. I sent you this too. We were laughing about it, but woman claims she was virtually groped in the metaverse. What's gonna happen in the metaverse?
Just turn the game off, bro. Just turn it off. You can stop it when you want to. Just turn it off. It's not real life.
What is the? So the
it's
I'm seeing
VR.
like concerts.
I'm guessing it's just like the VR.
Yeah, no. It's the Meta VR metaverse.
Okay.
Okay? So now I'm seeing the metaverse and all the VR stuff. Like Bieber did a concert. There's like stores in there now. People are buying property in it. Like, what is going on in this where you can get groped?
Yeah, it's Ready Player One. Unless she had a haptic suit and she could feel the dude's hands, like, bro, it's I get it. The dude is being a guy, and it's not okay to grope people, but like, it's also it's a headset that you can take off like this.
I've seen worse in Grand. I've seen worse in Grand Theft Auto 6 or 5.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like it's not like a dude just took you in the back of a freaking car and just like you saw the wheels shaking. Like, no. I mean, I don't know, bro.
What is this metaverse going to turn into, man? That's my question.
Ready Player One.
Do you think it's going to get that extensive?
That's so.
People are getting married.
The people I'm talking to, like the people I work with like the NFT space and all the stuff we're doing with like players only. That's one thing we constantly talk about. Like, where is this going? And I said, and they give me an explanation, and I'm like, okay, look, I know this is going to sound ridiculous and stupid, but are you guys pretty much describing the movie Ready Player One? And they say, that's a great example. Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're going to have like the haptic suits and like the omnidirectional treadmill, but like it's moving into that space of like, hey, VR, digital reality, everything is going to be probably not as secondary as it is now.
Yeah. It's getting insane, man. Like
I mean, we would love to do that though, like to play all of our favorite games.
Yeah,
in real person, like how much better that would make.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. But
I would go. You know, games.
If you had a suit, and you had
if you had a haptic suit, and I just had a headset and this, and like I could just have all my props depending. Like, come on.
I don't want to take credit for what's going on in the video game world today, but I'm going to tell you this. When I was in high school, I was in DECA. I went to business camp with me and my buddy at Western Washington up at North Bellingham. And you get in groups and you have to design something to sell to investors. So you have a group of like 5 people. So you like get into depth in it. And there's like 250 people at this camp. So we're in teams of 5. There's a ton of teams. And then they have actual investors come in and like tell you how much
and pretty much steer your ideas. Yes.
Yeah. I threw out the idea of doing a more advanced video game, which is crazy because everyone kind of not scoffed at it, but we did it and it did all right. There's some people that like the investors, but it was exactly everything that is happening today. Suit, a portable thing. This is like literally all my idea. A portable thing that you can stand on and move and not move out of the way. Like you're not going to run into things.
Yeah.
A body tight suit that kept track of everything. And then the like glasses so you can see what you're doing. It was literally everything that's literally happening today. I did this. This was 2007 at this fucking camp. And like we got some investors. Yeah, no. And these are like the actual investors, like people from Seattle that are really rich that have businesses. Like they brought them up to the camp because we were all everybody was business. Like I was like out of place. I was like out of place though because like I was a basketball player. I was just there because I did the class.
Yeah.
And like kids next to me are like from Mercer Island and their parents own these companies and they're like they're already running it in high school.
So it was really just like an actual introduction. It was really like for sure.
It was like a legit thing, but like I convinced the 5 people that I was with, like, we're doing this. This is like legit. Like, because at the time I'm a video game player. I was like, this would be sick if this is real.
Yeah.
And like, you know, a couple other people bought into it. So then we like started to literally drop the whole idea. And then we had like a presentation board. And like some people were like, oh, this is cool, but like it wasn't like we didn't win the camp, but
I wonder what did. And if
I can't remember what it was. Yeah. I can't some BS, but honestly, the way this is going, like this is exactly what like it was literally player one before it was player one. Like that's really what it was.
Well,
It's insane.
hopefully, when all this comes to fruition, you get some hush hush money. But I don't.
I pull up my drawing board. I pull up to Metaverse.
This was mine. You owe me 2%
of
it
the
all.
50 billion.
Yeah.
But yeah, just a little side note there. But hey, man, it's good to catch up. Episode 60 in the books. Check us out. Live tickets to the Jump Off event are for sale right now. Go get them at jumpoff.gg. January 29th. See us there. It's going to be popping.
Sorry. I just found that
Otter.
man attacked by 20 otters, bitten 26 times. Quote, I thought I was going to die. And this is what it looks like. It's just otters. It's just otters in a line. I didn't know they rode like that, bro. I did not know. But
just
they'll fuck you up, people. So stay clear. Because there's otters out here in these lakes. So for all my Floridian fans, stay safe.
I mean, there's otters everywhere. Be careful. And
yeah.
Stay away from
leave
otters.
leave the otters alone. Leave them alone.
All right, man.
Good morning, good evening, good night. Welcome to the show, what a wonderful delight. Patsy and T.Ross better chop up on the mic. Just sit back, have a laugh, catch a vibe, and enjoy the ride.